Welcome back. Bristow Publishing is an independently owned boutique publishing house based right here in the Bronx. So far, they've published family friendly titles such as Fernando the Bodega Cat, a children's book about diversity and inclusion, and Generational Wealth Building, a fun financial literacy workbook. Joining us now to share more about this publishing house is Leslie Dangerfield. Leslie is the co founder of Bristow Publishing. Welcome, Leslie. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. And for those who are not familiar, can you just tell us a little bit more about the publishing house that you co founded and your mission?
Well, Bristow Publishing is a publishing house that is independently owned and operated. We're based right here out of the Bronx, New York. I'm Bronx native. And our mission is to really kind of share stories that are often neglected and really allow more accessibility to publishing. And we believe that everyone has a story, and we really want to help people who are, kind of traditionally disenfranchised from publishing to give them a platform and push people to share.
That's wonderful. And Leslie, what inspired you to start Bristol Publishing here in the Bronx in particular?
Well, I kind of had experience with publishing. I always had experience with publishing and freelancing. And I decided to kind of push my own book out. And in doing so, I kind of realized, I can do this myself. And when I started doing that, I was approached by other people who kind of had a lot of questions and kind of was looking for insight on publishing their own work. And so the idea of just starting our own publishing company kind of came about.
That's wonderful. And Bristol Publishing has, of course, published several books already, and I'd love to share them with our viewers. One of those books is actually your first book about a familiar neighborhood character. Can you tell us a little bit more about Fernando the Bodega Cat?
Sure. So Fernando the Bodega Cat is actually, it's inspired by a real life bodega cat, like right down the
Oh,
block from my house. And the bodega owner was completely stoked when he saw like the illustrations in the book. But it is, I think bodega cats are a staple in Bronx culture and New York City culture at that. And there's so many interactions that happen in the bodega. And so that's what the book is about. It's about the cat, but it's about so much more. It's about the diversity and the inclusiveness that comes, in New York City neighborhoods that are highlighted with the interactions with a cat. So
I loved it. I got a little sneak peek and I enjoyed the writing. I enjoyed the diversity in the book. I don't want to give too much away so that the viewer can go and purchase it. There it goes. Look at it. Fernando the Bodega Cat. And is it available right now online, Leslie, in case somebody's listening and watching us and they're interested in learning more?
So Fernando the Bodega Cat is available online. It's available on Amazon right now, and it's also available at Barnes and Nobles.
Thank you. Another recent publication that you have is Generational Wealth Building. It's by a father and son duo, and it's already a bestseller. Congratulations on that. Can you tell us more about their book and why this book is important to share cross generationally?
So we have it's King and Kyron. Shout out to King and Kyron Gibson. They're a father and son duo that went viral earlier this year for displaying his son's knowledge of financial literacy terms. And they saw a need kind of to educate the community about, financial literacy from an early age. Statistically, Black people are less likely to own a home. They're less likely to have, pass on generational wealth, have less net worth than, families that are not Black. So they saw a need and it was fun and engaging. And it's a fun-filled workbook. I actually have a copy here. This was like, and it's 51 pages. It has mazes and it really breaks down kind of complex financial terms into a way that's simple for kids to understand and promote smart financial habits from an early age, such as saving, budgeting, and managing their allowance. So, it's always great to start good habits early. So
Absolutely. And I love that. Shoot, I need that book. I'm not even a kid.
it's funny, a lot of adults are actually buying it and they're saying that because it's so simple and easy to understand, it really kind of helps them grasp a lot of financial terms as well. So that's a lot of feedback we've been having from adults. Like, this has been helpful for me. So we're really glad it's available for everyone. The recommended ages is, 8 and up, but I mean, it's available to anyone who, wants to get an early start and kind of just get clarity for finances. So we're
And
happy.
that book is also available on Amazon, Leslie?
This book is also available on Amazon, and this is the first in a series, so there will be more generational wealth building activity books coming along to kind of break down other financial concepts such as money management and entrepreneurship. And we also have an app coming out as well. So King and Chiron have a flashcard app that's a supplement for the wealth building activity book. So we're excited to release that soon.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing. And I also wanted to learn about some of the services that you offer Bronx sites as well. Do you also provide publishing services for authors and aspiring authors here in the Bronx? How can people inquire about any services?
So we are on Instagram. We are taking submissions for manuscripts. We're on Instagram. If you go to the link tree on Bristow Publishing on Instagram, there's a link for manuscript submission. So any aspiring writers, you want to publish your novel, you can submit it to us. And even in the event that it's not a good fit for our publishing company, we still want to help people publish their book. Anyone can share their story. It's not, it's difficult, but it's not impossible. So we want to promote people to share. We're actually working with a couple organizations now to kind of do some self-publishing workshops and kind of teach people how they can go about publishing their own books and, promoting their own books. And I think that's an advantage that people have now that, they can take advantage of. Like 15 years ago, it was like impossible to get a book in like a Barnes and Noble's kind of store. And now, the publishing industry has changed so much where, you have access to these places where you previously didn't have access to. So yeah, we want to help everyone share their story.
That is so true. And a lot of these workshops are going to happen online, I'm guessing, virtually.
Unfortunately, because of COVID, yes, yeah, they're going to be virtual, but that's great because that means more people can have access to them and join in. So follow us on Instagram, Bristow Publishing, keep in touch, and you'll, find out about all of our events as they're happening in real time.
Yes, thank you, Leslie. Something else I wanted to talk about was about representation, not only in books, but also in publishing, not only in like the literate, in the writing, but also in like the people that are writing these books. Can you tell us about the importance of highlighting that through Bristow Publishing?
Absolutely. I feel like there is a void. There was a void, and there kind of still is a void in publishing and the traditional kind of publishing setting. And I hear that a lot from even writers of color who have worked with traditional publishers that they express a want for diversity and they want stories from, the marginalized communities. However, they want to edit out certain pieces that make these stories what they are. And I hear, a lot of frustration from writers who kind of want to be censored by people who don't look like them, but want to tell them how to write their story. So again, this is why we started Bristow Publishing, to give a platform for people to share their stories as they are and, put faces that you don't normally see and stories you don't normally hear and give them a platform for everyone to kind of hear and make a decision about, the literature. So we are with the with the Independent Book Publishers Association. So we do our best to kind of keep with industry standards and, make sure that we're delivering quality work, but also a diverse range of works. So
Thank you, Leslie, for sharing. Super important and inspiring to see that you're bringing this to your borough, a publishing house here in our borough, the Bronx. What can get better than that right now? I also wanted to ask you if you faced any challenges with establishing this publishing house on your own here in the Bronx as well. If you can share anything that, maybe was an obstacle in your way, or if it's just been all good the whole time.
Nothing is ever all good, but it's been a learning process for sure. I've been fortunate enough to have some mentors, and again, I'm not, I do have partners that I work with as well who's also been very supportive and also wanting to see this mission through. And everyone kind of gives feedback on projects, and we collectively come together. But I think the most important part is just really just sticking to the goal and kind of doing what we set out to do, and the rest will come. Like when you do what you feel is your passion, then things will eventually fall in place. So it's been a learning process. We're still learning, we're still growing, we're still expanding, and hopefully this is just the beginning. So We'll see where 2021 takes us. We're looking, we have some, I can't share it right now because we're still under contract, but we've got some, really great projects lined up for some, Bronx sites that you guys may know of. I'm sure a few have been on your show. So I'm excited to unveil those in 2021. And what else? Fernando the Bodega Cat, actually, shout out to the BX writers and Josue from the Bronx Native Shop. Host Fernando the Bodega Cat is going to find a place on the BX writer shelf. So, we really want to support Bronx businesses as well and Bronx sites. So again, check out Bristow Publishing on our Instagram, go to the link and submit those manuscripts and we'll help you get them published.
Thank you so much, Leslie, for joining us today and for telling us more about Bristow Publishing.
Thank you for having us. Really great. And keep doing what you do. We love you.
Thank you all. I love you guys too. It's great connecting always. Thank you so much. Again,
really quickly, before I forget, I have something for you. I mean, I can't see you in person, I would hope, but I'm going to put it in the mail. I want to show you before we end this. So this is for you.
Oh, I get a
little Fernando. A little bodega cat to take with you. So yeah, I'll mail this to you when you get it and you can have your own little Fernando.
I love it. He actually looks like my cat. My cat's name is Cheeto, and he's like kind of not a tuxedo cat, but he has like the white paws and he's black on top.
Gotcha.
I love it. Thank you so much. I can't wait to get it, and I can't wait to share Fernando the Bodega Cat with everyone else. Thank you again, Leslie.
No problem.
Leslie Dangerfield is the co-founder of Bristow Publishing. And again, you can find Fernando the Bodega Cat and Generational Wealth Building on Amazon. Follow at Bristow Publishing to keep in touch and visit bristowpublishing.com for more information on this Bronx-based publishing house. That's all for our show today. I'm your host, Sonyi Lopez, wishing you and your family safety and wellness now and always. Happy New Year to everyone.